morning. Hello. My name is Tiffany Almeida. I'm with Pretty and Paper Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I go live every Sunday with 3 fun new projects. Okay, let's go ahead and flip you guys around. I'll show you what's going on and what's happening. Good morning. Hi, Andrea. And we'll get started. How about that? I have a lot to show you guys. I'm excited. All right, what is this, you guys? I wanted to show you this really quick because I got it in my my last order that I had, and it is the new Pressed Petals journal. And this is my free gift for June. If you place an order, a $50 order with me, it's my rewards gift. And I wanted to show you guys. So the outside is kind of like this cork board or kind of craft cover, and it's got pressed petals in it, impressed in it. But the big wow factor is what's inside. Look, each page, there's different designs, little quotes. This is Find the Beauty in the Everyday Moments. Beautiful pressed petal images. Look at the wood texture. And each page is, I don't know what this is called, but you can tear it away. You can tear the pages. Today I am grateful. So little pretty borders and things. So this is like a little journal. You can write little notes in. You can write a cute little note to somebody else. It's just absolutely adorable. So this is my free gift. If you place a $50 order on my online store this month using my host code, this is my June Stampin' Reward code, and you'll get this for free. Now, if you perforated, thank you. I knew it was something like that, but I didn't want to say it and then everybody laugh at me when I said it wrong. So if you place a $50 order using this code, you'll get my free gift, but you'll also get my make and takes from that week's Facebook Live. So if you place a $50 order this week, you'll get this plus my Father's Day gifts. So that's how that works. Okay, so very cute. I wanted to show you guys that because I didn't realize how cute it was inside. All right, so I'll set this aside. Okay, so only one more week, you guys, to sign up for Blends Club. Blends Club in June. Here's a little bit of information. I know it's kind of tiny font, but Blends Club in June. It's 4 new blends colors. They're not new, but they'll be the blend colors I'm using this month. Petal Pink, Crumb Cake, Soft Sea Foam, and Old Olive. Blends Club is a $36 order. You place a $36 order on my online store, so you get $36 in product. That's the cost of 4 blends combos. If you already have these blends, you can order whatever you want. It just needs to be $36. You use this code on my online store, and that registers you for Blends Club. And then I send you the projects and a video tutorial of how to make them, so you can make them along with me. If you live locally, then you can come to my house and we'll put them together on June 18th at 6:30 at my house. Okay, so that's how Blends Club works. There's no commitment. You're not stuck every month. You can do 1 month and then you don't have to do another month. But if you do all 5 months, you get blends trays, and you get, I believe, I can't remember off the top of my head, I think it's 2 packs, which is 10 trays of Blends Club or of blends trays. So that's my gift for doing all 5 months. So if you have any questions about Blends Club, you have until Saturday to register. Let me know. We're making a tile coaster, so it has the foam feet and it has the image. This is waterproof. It is not smearable. And then we have this beautiful card to go with it. I can't wait to show you guys how to make this beautiful card. So those are the projects for Blends Club. Again, you have until Saturday. And then I have this really fun class coming up at the end of June. This is my Magnolia Lane decor piece. Yes, Danielle, you did. I'm so excited for you to do this. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you. This was my other birthday gift. Thank you, Janie. I love it. Okay. So this is my Magnolia Lane decor piece. I put a very old wedding photo of me and my husband in the center. You could put any photo that you want inside of this. But this is using that new Magnolia Lane suite. And the class includes a silicone mat, because you need this to make all these beautiful flowers. It also comes with a package of faceted, clear faceted gems to put in the center of your flowers. It also comes with a package of Stampin' Daubers, or these, are they called Stampin' Daubers? Sponge daubers, because you need these to shade all of your flowers. And then it will also come with a 12 by 12 canvas if you live here locally. If you don't live here locally, I have discounted the canvas out of the price because you'll need to get one yourself. And it will, all the prices and everything are on my Square store. So if you need the link for that so you can get all the details, let me know. There are options to add the suite and everything. There's discounts for that as well. So this will be my class at the end of June, and you have till June 18th or 19th to register, I believe. It's all, the information's on my project sheet too. Okay, enough plug about my upcoming classes. You guys want to see the projects today? I'm so excited. So here are today's projects. We have this card in a box. This is a Father's Day card in a box. It is using the Best Catch stamp set. We have that. We also have this Geared Up Garage gift card holder. It holds a gift card inside. And I'm going to teach you how to make these rusted gears. They look rusted. So I'm going to show you that technique. It's going to be pretty cool. And then this one's probably my favorite, is this cute bottle tag. And I'll show you this. It actually holds a gift tag or a gift card. So see that? You could put a gift card inside and give a cute little gift. Now my dad is a root beer drinker, so this is root beer. He doesn't drink beer, but this would be really cute with a beer as well. So I'm going to show you all three of these projects. Oh, thank you, Danielle. I'm glad you like them. Okay, let's see. All right, so we're going to start with the gears. We'll do the gears card first. How about that? Now, I'm going to try and give you the measurements for everything, but if I miss something, all the measurements can be found on my project sheet, and my project sheet is on my blog post. So just click on that blog post link on my description and go down to the project sheet. It's usually down at the bottom, and it will tell you all the measurements and everything I used to make the project. Alrighty. The first thing we're going to start with is this piece of Night of Navy. It is 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and I have scored in 3 places. The first score line is 4 1/4, second score line is 5 1/2, and the third score line is 6 3/4. Okay, and you can see I folded at like an accordion, like an M. I made an M. Okay, like this. You can even take your bone folder at this point and press down those edges because you want it to stay down as best you can. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to take a die and we're going to cut out this section here. I took an oval die and I cut out this section. So let's get our oval framelits out. And I'm just using, look at my oval framelits. They're like my life, in every bit chaotic, not organized at all. I'll spend so much time like putting them all in neat orders, and then for some reason it looks like they exploded inside. They had a party last night. I don't know what's going on in here. It was an unauthorized party inside the framelits. Oh, and I have to get used to not calling these framelits anymore. They're dies. We all have to change our thinking now. They're dies. Okay, so let's bring the Big Shot. You don't need Father's Day, but yeah, these would be great for a masculine birthday, for a masculine thank you. These are just great masculine projects, regardless of birthday or not, right? Okay, so I'm putting the framelit. So what I've done is I have the piece folded in half. So this is the edge where it's going to be on the inside of the card holding the gift card. We want to cut this with the oval framelit. So we're going to lay this down. Put this on. We need to give ourselves a little bit of room. We might have to cut these edges out a little bit further to get the gift card to sit in there, but it's still going to be a cool effect. I'm trying to read. You see, you love them. Yay, the oval party. My oval party. Yeah, I use them a lot, and they are just wild. My ovals don't behave. All right, so I'm gonna put this away and we'll take this out. Okay, so now we've got this, and we can make sure if our gift card's going to fit by just putting it here. And kind of like what I suspected, it's just slightly too small. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take my scissors. Hey scissors, calm down. And we are going to just cut it a little bit further. Not a lot, just a little bit. And of course I'm using these dull scissors. But I just want to cut a little bit on the edges here so the card will fit inside. No one will know we did this. And then, okay, so now we're gonna open it. So now we have this kind of oval shape. Take our liquid glue. You could also use, yes, this is the Dutch Bros gift card. This is actually a gift card I got for my birthday. I didn't really have any gift cards to kind of show you. If I were gonna get my dad a gift card, it would be to like AutoZone or some car parts shop. He loves cars. So all I'm doing, so you can see this, all I'm doing is putting a border of adhesive along the edges and along that score line so that when I fold this in, it will glue, but it will leave this as a pocket. Okay, so I'm just gonna fold this on itself and just rub this till it dries. I'm cheating on roasters. No, this was a gift. It was a gift. I'm not cheating on roasters. Shh, Cindy, don't tell anyone. Of course, Janie loves the Dutch windmill because she's in the Netherlands. She always says that when she sees my Dutch gift cards. My daughter loves Dutch Bros though. I'm a big Roasters fan, but I will take any coffee I can get, to be quite honest. All right, so here it's now closed, and now I have this little pocket that I can put the gift card in. See that? So we can slide our gift card in there. All right, so the other pieces that we need, you need a piece of early espresso. This measures 4 inches by 4 inches. So we'll just glue that on. We don't need anything fancy with that one. Just glue that on there. Right in the center. So see, our card's gonna open up like this. So I'm actually gonna have my image this way. You could do it sideways if you wanted. Do you think it looks better sideways? Like, should the card open like this? Or should it open like this? What do you guys think? So this would be opening vertical and this one be opening horizontal. You guys tell me in the comments before I glue that down. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this piece of gray granite, and this measures 3 7/8 by 3 7/8, and we're going to do some stamping. We have the awesome Geared Up Garage stamp set. This is a fabulous stamp set for Father's Day. It's got that big, beautiful label there, and it has one that says Best Dad and You're a Classic and all these fun things. Sideways. Horizontal. Okay, we'll make this one horizontal. Okay, got it. Thank you guys for the input. I appreciate it. All right, so see this grungy kind of like oil stain? We're going to use this one, and we're going to use basic gray ink, and we're just going to grunge it up. So just like this kind of background is, we're just going to stamp this kind of everywhere. I did it in 3 spots. I did 1, 2, and down here in the corner 3. Okay, but I didn't stop there. I also took a sponge dauber. You guys, sponge daubers are our friends. These little guys are awesome for all that shading and everything. So you take the sponge dauber and you just sponge up the edges so it looks even more grungy. We don't want it to have clean lines. We want it to be greasy, oily, like we just finished changing the oil in a old Mustang. We got oil under our nails. Right? We want to be all greasy and gross. Nobody actually wants to be like that, but so we've got our piece there. Okay, that's it. Oh, well, actually, let's go ahead and stamp the inside while we have the ink and everything out. So the inside piece is, again, another 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. let's go ahead and do our oil stains here. We can even, I didn't shade the edges, but we're gonna do that this time. So let's see, we'll do one here. Strategically putting our oil stains, because that's what oil stains do, they're strategic, right? And then let's do our sponge daubing on the edges again, because we still want that look, right? The card's covering your guys' comments. Oil smooches, yes. Our guys will appreciate this, right? Okay, so there's our oil smooches, as Janie calls them. And then we need to, oh, I still need this. Then we need to do the, I chose the sentiment all geared up to celebrate. So we're gonna do that on, let's see, will this little one fit? Perfect. Let's stamp that. Get that nice and inked up and put that in the middle. Nice, I like it. Okay, now we're done with the ink. Let's go ahead and clean these off with our squeaky chamois. Don't disappoint. Chamois, get your squeak on. There we go. All right, so put that away. Okay, so now we have the inside and outside pieces. Oh, let's see. Hi, Eileen. Thanks for joining. Guess what, Eileen? We're going to be doing this rusty gear technique that you showed us at the retreat. So this rusty gear, I've been dying to show you guys this. We learned how to do this at our all-day retreat in May. Eileen found a video by Kim Fee, and she thought she would show us this technique, which was so cool. So those of you that have been to my retreat in May, you guys already know how to do this, so shh, don't spill the secrets, okay? So now we can glue these two pieces so they'll be out of the way. Oh, yay! Addison, I want to see your finished product, okay? Tell your grandma to take a picture because I want to see what you do. You make the cutest cards. This will be a great card for your dad. Does Addison's dad work with cars, or does he like cars? Yeah, Gina, remember how fun this was? So we're gonna do that with this geared up card. So I think because we're gonna open it this way, I will put the sentiment here on this side, like so, okay? Now that we've kind of changed the direction of things a little bit. All right, so we're going to cut a gear. I don't know what I did with my last one, so I guess we're gonna cut it again. So we'll take this big gear framelit. Now these framelits they go with the garage set. Geared Up Garage. These are Garage Gears Thinlit dies. And so we're going to cut out this this gear. And I see a little piece. Let's see if I can get it out. I guess I'm going to need my piercing tool. Oh, you guys, I have to show you something new. I don't even know why I'm using this. Let me show you something new. See how I, in my hand, have two different tools to work with these dies? Well, now you don't need that. Let me show you why. And I don't know why I didn't use it. Look at this. Check this out. This is the new attachment to the Pick-a-Tool. It's in the new catalog, and it's the die brush. And it comes with a foam mat as well. So you just screw this into the end of your Pick-a-Tool. And now you have the die brush on one end, and you can have your piercing tool on the other. So now I don't need two tools, I only need one. How cool is that? So I'll put these other ones away. Okay, so we're gonna cut this gear out of Whisper white paper. Oh, Danielle, you don't have a chamois? Oh my goodness, girl, you need to get a chamois. Those things are magical for stamps. They clean them like crazy. You haven't seen the new die brush attachment? Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So I'm running this gear a couple times through the Big Shot. I just want to make sure it cuts out really well. Go Gadget, right, Janie? It kind of feels like that. Excuse me, you guys. Tickle in my throat. getting all excited about these gears. Now I just want to make sure this cut out all the way. It doesn't look like it did, so I'm just going to put it in a different direction. Sometimes putting the dies on a different section in a different direction will put different pressure on the die and it will cut out. Now I could use my precision plate as well for all this tiny detail, but this should work. There we go. All right, so let's try out our new die brush, shall we? I'm excited. So bring our little foam mat and we'll just run this through. The bristles are nice and stiff. I like that. And then we'll just pop that out. Look at that. It almost got everything out. Only 2 little pieces remained. Very cool. Okay, so that's neat. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna set this aside and put my little tool away. Put my framelit away here. Now, here is how we do this technique. So we need several different colors. And just think of rust colors, right? We got yellows, we got reds, we got browns. So just think of rust colors. It doesn't have to specifically be these colors, but you want to have several different colors because rust is not all the same color. Okay, so you're going to take your ink and you're going to do this in sections. We're going to kind of do some layers. So let's start. I'm going to start with some red and orange layers, and then we'll kind of grunge it up some more with some brown and yellow layers, okay? And the thing is that you can do layer after layer. So I'm going to show you that. We're going to go layer after layer, and we are just going to put so many layers of color, okay? It's not just going to be one layer. So we got some red in spots. We got some, I'm going to use my orange one. I'm just using pieces of a sponge that I cut up, and I'm just going to color the gear in different spots. Let's even do some yellow. Hi, Lisa. Thank you for joining. Ooh, I like this crushed curry. This is crushed curry. It's nice and dark. Very nice. Okay, so this is going to be our first level of color. So what we're going to do now is we are going to take let's take a little tweezers. We need tweezers for this. And we'll just hold onto our gear. And this is clear embossing powder, okay? So we're going to cover this with clear embossing powder. And it's better if you dip it, but I don't have enough, I don't think, to dip. So I'm just going to pour over. And I've got a nice layer of embossing powder. So let's set this aside, and we're going to take our heat gun and we're going to set it. And where's my little thing? Just hold this down. Okay. So that's layer 1. So now, it's sticky too. Now we're going to sponge it some more with some more color. Let's get some darker tones in here. I have soft suede. And we're just going to get some darkness in these gears. Now you can make this as bright as you want or as dark as you want by adding layers. But remember, rust is kind of multicolored. So we definitely want to add lots of different layers of color. This is kind of looking green. I'm gonna try a different blue because that blue's, or that, not blue, that brown is kind of, it's an old stamp pad. So let's get another sponge and do some crumb cake. I have a little bit here. So we're just, look at that. Look how it's kind of coming together. This is really, really cool. All right, so we'll call that our second layer. Let's go ahead and dip it back in. Oops. dip it back in our embossing powder. Just kind of trying to get it all covered. Okay, so I've got another layer of that, and we're going to heat set it again. Just hold that. So do you guys see this kind of rust color kind of forming? Like, just kind of, you're just kind of you're adding layers after layer of color. And just getting this really cool really cool effect. And you can just keep going and you can make it as dark. So now I'm going to show you the difference here. This one I made with white cardstock, and I believe that it shows the colors really well, all the different colors. Let's do one more layer of embossing and I think we'll call it good. What do you guys think? So let me dip this back in here. Oops. I just kind of got it face down, trying to get it in all the embossing powder. Okay, we'll set it one more time. And then, my heat gun is quiet, Karen. The Stampin' Up! One is actually even quieter than this heat gun. This heat gun's really old. I believe my mom gave it to me a long time ago. But the Stampin' Up! One, ask like Tammy and Eileen, they have the Stampin' Up! Ones. They're so quiet. Okay, I just want to show you guys what we created here. This is so cool. Check that out. Is that not the coolest thing you've ever seen? Hopefully you guys can see all the different colors and everything in here. Now, I want to show you the difference between this one and this one. You can see there's quite a difference in the color. And the reason is because I started with a crumb cake piece of cardstock. This is with white, and I believe that the white shows the colors a little bit better. Crumb cake kind of blended things in a little bit darker. So it depends on what your finished product, what you want it to be. This one is obviously going to be a lot lighter, and this one's more dark and kind of rusted. So just kind of giving you an idea. So if you want the darker color, then use a darker piece of cardstock to start with, and use darker colors. So I'm just putting the clear embossing powder back in its little container. We kind of have to clean up a little bit, and then we can, oh, and so we're gonna emboss one more thing. So you can see we didn't even use Versamark ink. We just used regular ink and embossing powder, okay? Now we can put these away, and we are going to do one more embossing piece. We are going to emboss this adorable little label here for Father's Day. So what you need for that is a piece of cardstock, which we're using Night and Navy. And we need Versamark ink. And I am going to just, because I don't want any stray black ink, I am going to use my embossing buddy just to pass it over the ink, or pass it over the cardstock so nothing sticks to it except the ink. And we'll get our little sentiment here, our Happy Father's Day. And we're going to stamp that in Versamark ink. Stamp that in the center of our card here, cardstock. Okay, and then we need black embossing powder. So have you guys seen the black embossing powder? So we'll take our cardstock. I know, this is kind of a fun embossing powder, or embossing card. But I wanted that black to show up really bright on the blue cardstock. So I knew that embossing it would come out a lot darker than the stamping. Okay, so we've got our black embossing powder, and now we can heat set it and be done with it. So here we go. Okay, and that's it, you guys. So now we can cut this out with our framelits. So we're just going to put this down. Grab a piece of washi tape, make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Not the new sparkly. No, I don't have that one yet. I will. Don't worry, I'll show you guys. But I don't have it yet. Okay. So now let's put our framelit back. Okay guys, so we have all of our pieces now to put our card together. How cool is that, right? This is a really, really, really fun set to play with. And so we're gonna take some liquid glue and we'll just put adhesive on the back of this real quick. Great for Father's Day, great for birthdays. You know, my dad, he's a gift card kind of guy because he has everything he wants, pretty much. It's hard to shop for my dad. But right now he's really into his truck. He bought a truck. And so a gift card to like an AutoZone or something like that is like gonna be perfect for him. Oh, I also bought him some disgusting Seahawks decorations. And so I'll send that too for his car. It pains me, and he's so lucky. I only buy Seahawks things for him and my mom. They're the lucky ones that get this nasty Seahawks stuff. So I try to send him something fun. All the Washington people are like hating me right now. Lisa gets it. Lisa understands my pain. Okay. So there you go, you guys. This is a beautiful gift card holder. How fun is that? This one opens up vertically and this one opens up horizontally. So I hope you guys like this, and look at those cool gears. You have two different kind of ways to make a darker version or a more colorful version. But either way, Dad is gonna love this card and gift card holder. Project number 1 is done and we are ready to move on. Okay. Let's do this fun card in a box. You guys know I like to do card in a boxes. Oh yay, look at all those hearts. Addison, I cannot wait to see you make this card. I definitely cannot wait. Okay, so to make this card, you're actually gonna start with a piece of old olive. This piece measures 10.5 by 5 inches. It's scored at 2.5, 5, 7.5, and 10. Okay, and then on the short side, you're gonna score it at 2.5. We are gonna fold those in just a second, but first, I want to get the pieces that I'm gonna need. Whoops. You are going to need 4, goodness sakes, I'm throwing paper everywhere. You're going to need 4 pieces of designer series paper, and these are cut at 2 3/8 by 2 3/8. Now, I wanted to show you this paper. This paper is absolutely stunning. This is the new Come Sail Away designer series paper. It's going to be great for all of your masculine projects. It's got those pretty dark blues and greens and browns. And so I found the pattern paper that I wanted for this fishing card. And I also found the paper that I wanted for this tag, all in this stack of paper. So this is just beautiful designer series paper. And so I cut a piece of the green down to 2 3/8 by 2 3/8. I needed 4 pieces of them. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna glue these down first because it's easier when it's flat. And then I'll show you where we're gonna cut things. I love cards in a box. Aren't they fun? So this finished card actually measures 5 by 5, I believe. Yeah, 5 by 5. So you would need to make a custom sized envelope. Our envelopes, I don't believe, measure big enough for a 5 by 5 card. So you would need to have a different size card envelope. You could make an envelope. But it's still a really, really cool effect, even if it didn't have an envelope, really. You've never made one, Debbie? Oh my gosh. They're so fun. I've seen some that are like really over the top. So many layers and pieces to them. It's pretty cool. So I've got my striped designer series paper. It's all facing the same way, which is what I want. Okay, and then now we're going to do some cutting. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut this rectangle here in the side where my designer series paper is. We're going to cut that off. Just this top rectangle. You can actually miter the edge here. And you can do that here too, so that you have an edge here. And then in between all of the designer series paper on the score line, we're just going to cut up to that opposite score line in the center. So right up to there. And right up to there. And right up to there. Okay? Now, we are going to fold these in half, and I am not going to fold this last one because the last one is going to be our straight piece, and it's going to actually have a piece of designer or cardstock on the back to hold it up, but I'm just going to leave it up like this just so that I know that it's the piece I need for that base. And it's going to be the back because the part that we're going to attach is going to be in the back, so you can't see that kind of edge. So we're just going to fold and burnish all of these score lines. And then I can fold these ones over. Oops, I said don't fold that one and then I started folding it. Okay, all right. So now we'll put adhesive on this piece here. I'm gonna use my liquid glue for this. Okay. Yay, card in the box. Newbies. I love newbies. You guys are going to love this card. Oops. So just hold on to that for a second because it is liquid glue. It takes a little bit to dry. Okay. And so then we have the back of our piece here and these ones fold down. All right. The other thing that you're going to need is a piece that's 3.5. Let's see. Yeah. 2 pieces that are 3.5 by 1.5. And they're scored at 1/2 inch on both sides. These are going to be the insert pieces that you're going to be able to attach the pieces that are standing up. Okay, so what I did with those is I put liquid glue on these edges here. And you're going to take your box and you're going to slide this in like so. And then what I like to do is just close it flat so that the pieces can stick to the outer walls. Okay. Yay, Rhonda! Okay. You're going to love this card box. It's awesome. All right, so we've got one level. Now we're going to do the next. You could use tear and tape, but I like liquid glue because of the fact that I have a little bit of wiggle room with them. Okay, so we're going to slide the second piece in. And again, like I said, we're just going to close this so that I know that it's sticking to the edges. And you can rotate, so you can flip it that way, flip it this way, push, and make sure that you've got this nice, good, solid kind of center. Okay, so that's kind of the mechanisms of the box. The rest of it is all just decoration. All right, so let's go ahead and show you the rest. So I have a piece of Whisper White because we're going to do all our stamping and then we're going to do some cutting, and we have to actually do some coloring, so you guys get to see me watch me use the blends. So we're going to pretty much stamp everything in here. Oh, I wanted to show you guys this. See this little piece? This piece is the center that came out of his little fishing line. I thought this looked like a petal of a flower, like our daisy petal. So I kept it in case I want to use it as like a petal or something. I don't know. I just kept it. Didn't know what I was going to do with it yet, but All right, so we've got to put, what is sticking to me? The hat is sticking to me. We got to put the hat. We need to put the fish, the basket, and we need this little guy. Will this fit? Nope. We need a bigger block. Good thing I have like 50 million. Here's a block. So we have our hook. And then we're going to need this little guy too. So I'll put him on here just because we're gonna need him. So pretty much everything. All right. So here we go. We're going to stamp everything in Memento Black because we have to do some coloring. So we've got our fish. We've got our basket. Oh, yes, it could be a small fish. Good job, Eileen. That's a great idea. Oh, see, I knew I'd keep it and you guys would tell me what it was. It's fantastic. Here's our little fisherman. And we need our hook. Okay. All right, so that's it. Let's go ahead and clean all these stamps off. It's a lot of stamps, huh? And we get to color. So what I did for the coloring is I used some Old Olive, I used some soft suede, I used some crumb cake. I even threw in some Mango Melodies. I just kind of played and blended. So the first thing that I did was do my fish, and I did kind of a darker top. Oops, that's a brush tip. I'm already going out of the lines and I haven't even put pen to paper yet. So I'm gonna do like a darker top for the fish, dark fins. It's gonna do a dark body. Dark fins. So this is dark Old Olive. Maybe I'm gonna do right here under his chin, okay? And then I'm gonna take my light Old Olive and kind of bring that color down a little bit more. Just a little bit, and blend those colors. And then I'm gonna take my mango. I want this to be light mango. And I'm gonna just do some bright kind of yellow, yellowish orangish. Okay, but I kind of want it to be a little bit more pink than yellow, so I'm gonna bring in some light Calypso Coral, and I'm gonna tie in some pink. Okay, so maybe up against the green. And then I'm gonna go back over with my light mango because I kind of want to blend these edges. I don't want it to be so obvious that it's pink. Okay, kind of blending. That's why these colors are called blends. So I blended the yellow and the Calypso Coral together, and then I'm gonna kind of blend the green with the Calypso Coral at the top. Again, not making it so obvious. So there's our fish. Then I took some crumb cake and soft suede for the basket. And then we have our framelits. Let's go ahead and cut these out real quick. All right, so we've got all of our little pieces. Let's just take this out. The other thing we need to cut out real quick before we're done here is we need to cut out the little reeds. Whoops, see the little reeds? And I need to poke that out. The little reeds here, we need a piece, and I'll show you that why in a minute here. And did I not get the nesting dies out? I need to get a little nesting die. See how it cuts out the little reeds? That's cool, right? And then one more piece. So we need to cut a rectangle nesting die. I don't believe that I have them out, so I have to get it. And we're going to use the small one. Right? Yep. We'll just cut out one of those real quick. All right, so we've got our basket. We've got our fisherman, our fish. Save that washi tape for later. We got our hook and our hat. Okay, so we've got everything we need. Now we can put it together. Well, actually I lied. We have to stamp one thing. We have to stamp our little label with "It's Your Day." And we're gonna do that in Old Olive. So just ink that up really good. This is an old ink pad that needs to be re-inked, but I'm going to just buy a new one, I think, once it's finally dead. I want the new ink pad. Okay, don't mind my head in the screen as I try to line this up. It's your day. Okay. Let's clean this off real quick. Okay. Now it's time to put this sucker together. Oh, I have a fish out. There's a loose fish, you guys, a loose fish. Okay. So now we have our little pieces. So I wanted to show you, see, here's our little reed. He's hanging out on the front and behind our label. So that's why we needed to cut him out. All right, so the front section is going to have the hat, the hook, and the basket. So what I did was I took dimensionals and I put dimensionals on the back of the hat and just stuck that in the corner of the basket. And then I took more mini dimensionals and put it behind the hook and have that kind of off to the side of the basket. Then I can put a thin stream of adhesive, or thin line, not stream, and put that on the front right at the top of our little first line here. And as soon as it dries, it'll stay. Again, we're using liquid glue, so it takes a minute. Okay. And I always kind of test to make sure things close and look good, nothing's in the way of each other. We want to put our fisherman in the back. So let's do that. Let's put our fisherman in the back. Put a couple mini dimensionals on him. I keep wanting to call his line a lasso, but it's not. It's not a lasso. So there we go. Okay, so he is on the back there. And then for the fish, I just put a little bit of glue on his tail, just right on the edge of his tail, so that he can be glued to this, but still look like he's flying up past the basket and near the fisherman. And you can see when I lay it flat, everything's staying inside, which is great. That's what we want. All right, so the last thing, bye Tammy, have a good day. Last thing we want to do is put this on the front of our card here. And put our label right over the reeds. Like so. Yay. Okay, and then if you want to put a message on your card, you're like, how do I put a message on this thing? There's like no place to do it. Well, you can cut a piece of cardstock down to 4 7/8 by 2 3/8, like so, and you can glue it to the back of your card, and then you can stamp or write a message on the back. Like So now you guys know how to make a card in the box. Fun, right? Check that out. What dad isn't gonna love that? That's really cool. All right, so there's the card number 2. All right, so guys, now we're gonna play with the stamp set that I am so madly in love with. This is the A Good Man stamp set. And I'll show you that stamp set up close here because it is one of my favorites and I'm going to be getting a lot of use out of it. It's just really cool. It's perfect for your husband, your dad, your loved one, a brother, and it's really, really sweet. I think it's going to be great to use. And I use this guy because he looks really relaxed. And I thought it went well with like a beer or a favorite drink and you're on the sand and you're relaxed. So let me go ahead and show you how we're going to make this project. Again, as I mentioned earlier, I used this beautiful designer series paper. This is the Come Sail Away designer series paper. I used it to create that background. So it's such a cute background. All right, so here are the pieces that we need. You need a piece of cardstock. This is Night of Navy. It's 3 inches by 3 inches by 6.5. And it's scored at 4.5. And what we're gonna do is we're going to take our 1.5 inch circle punch and we're gonna punch a circle right in the top section here where the score line is, this 2 inch section. Take a 1.5 inch circle punch, try to center it as best you can. So that looks okay. And punch. And this is going to fit over our bottle just perfectly. So I'll show you. I didn't grab a new bottle, so I'll have to show you on this one. But it goes right over the neck of the bottle just perfectly. So see that? Okay. So I'll do this flat so you guys can see the example. Now the designer series paper is cut at 2 7/8 by 4 3/8. And we're going to glue this down. Even this paper is really pretty with the lighthouses. Great designer series paper. Okay, so we'll just glue that down. Hi, Teresa. Okay. So let's see. Show us when you made one. Oh, Danielle. Oh yeah, you have to try it. I can't wait to see you try it. All right, so this piece of Whisper White cardstock that we're gonna stamp and color on, this piece measures 2 5/8 by 2 3/4. And we're going to stamp our chilled back dad here. And we're gonna do it in Memento because I colored him with blends, of course. Oh, Amy, this is root beer, IBC root beer. My dad's a root beer fan. He really likes root beer. He even tried brewing his own once. He's a big root beer fan. Okay, so there's that. And then we're gonna color, and the colors that I use are ivory for the skin. Now, if I were making this for my husband, I would use the bronze because it's a darker skin tone, and my husband is Hispanic, and he's a very dark-skinned. So that's what I love, is that you can do all of these different skin tones. My dad is Japanese, well, half Japanese and half white, and he's my adopted dad. He's my stepdad. So I don't have any Japanese heritage in me, which would have been awesome, but he's my dad. He's basically raised me since I was a little kid. So I'm just going to do a little bit of shading. It's in the same color, so it'll be really, not very noticeable at all, but just doing some shading. But anyways, he's very light-skinned, my dad. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the hat. And this is bronze, so this is that darker skin tone. So like I said, if I wanted to do my husband's skin tone, this would be a perfect color for him. So we'll do that in bronze. And I have basic black I'm just gonna do the rim of the hat in this little strip black. Okay. His shirt I'm going to do in the new So Saffron blends. I love this color. It's actually a really great yellow. So just gonna color that So Saffron. I do love sushi. Who knows that? Janie knows I love sushi. It's in my blood, but it's not in my blood. You know what I mean? My family loves sushi too. My husband and my kids. So I did something right. I raised them right. This lid didn't close. There we go. All right, and then for the pants or the jeans or the shorts or whatever, I did light Night of Navy. So I'm just gonna color this with the fine tip. I just don't wanna go out of the lines. Okay, so there's that. And then I did the chair in Pool Party. I have dark Pool Party here for the chair. I'm just gonna do stripes. And just color this section down here in Pool Party. Okay. Oh, I forgot the skin of his face. Goodness sakes. I'm like, there's this white section here. Why? Okay, so there we have his face. And then for the ground, I actually shaded in this dark Night of Navy. Just kind of trace the lines a little bit. I think this is going to be his shadow. And then I took the dark, or the bronze, and I'm gonna do the brush tip. I'm just going to kind of color like he's on the sand. So when the Night of Navy and the bronze mix, it kind of makes like a shadow. Do you see that? So that's how I did that. And then we're going to stamp Relax Your Way in Night of Navy. So let's get my Night of Navy ink. And I just did that on the side here next to him. Sideways here. Let me make sure it's straight. Okay, and then a little label. So it's your day. We're gonna stamp that on a piece of Whisper White and then we'll punch it out. So it's your day, okay? So now we have all the pieces. Let's go ahead and do some punching. We're gonna need these 2 circles and we'll need our detailed trio punch. So our detailed trio punch is going to round the corners here at the bottom. Okay, so now we have like a pocket. And then for the It's Your Day, I'm using the 1-inch circle punch. And on a piece of Night of Navy, I'm going to use the 1 1/8 scallop circle punch to border it, okay? Now all that's left is to assemble it. So I wanna show you this trick for making a pocket. Now, for example, this card fits within this pocket, but you have a very thin kind of border around, right? And so you don't want the glue to get in the way of the pocket sliding in. So, but our tearing tape is kind of thick, too thick for this border. So you can put the tearing tape where it's coming off the edge. You can do this. I'll show you in a second here why. So you have the tearing tape kind of going off the edge a little bit because we need a thinner line of adhesive than this tearing tape width. Now, when we peel this backing off, now if you don't have nails like me, use your handy dandy tool here. You can use the spatula end or the piercing tool. I kind of prefer the piercing tool. And you can pick up the side of the adhesive and tear it off. Now here's the thing. So see how it goes over the edge? You can fold that adhesive back over on itself. So now you have half of the width of adhesive. So again, we're gonna peel off. Always peel off on the sides because if you start on the edges, they don't peel up as well. So again, I'm just folding the adhesive back on itself. Nope, see, it brought the adhesive up. There we go. Oops, it ripped. The tear and tape is not behaving for me because it knows I'm live. There we go. And then again, just folding that over on itself. Okay, so now you have that thinner line of adhesive, and it's really strong adhesive, and it's gonna be awesome. All right, so we'll put this down in the center of our card, or our tag, I guess. And there we go. And now we can fit our card inside. Just perfect. Okay, and then our little label. So we have just a little bit of liquid glue. Put that on our label back here. And we're gonna use some little mini dimensionals. And we're going to glue this to the corner of our tag. And we'll put that on our beer or our root beer. Take a piece of the gray granite textured weave ribbon and just tie a quick bow. Like so, and voila, you have an adorable tag, and not to mention gift card holder for that special someone. Is that not cool? What do you guys think? Do you love it? So these are my projects I came up with for Dad, or for your husband, or for your brother, or for any guy, for that special occasion, just to tell him that you love him, tell him thank you for being an amazing guy. And you know, guys always see the frilly cute cards, but these are fun, you know, non-frilly ways to give your guy a cute gift. What do you think? Look at all those hearts. Yay, you guys love them. Now remember, you can get these projects for free. You can get today's projects for free by placing an order using my rewards code. And you'll get my free gift, which is the pressed petal journal, if you spend $50. So spend $30, place that $30 order, you'll get my 3 projects. Spend $50, you'll get my free projects and my free gift. So what do you guys think about that? Yay, you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you as always for hitting that magic button and helping me out and finding those crafters that want to learn new things. And hopefully you guys will try these out and share your projects with me, okay? Bye, you guys. Have a fabulous week and go spoil those dads, okay?